Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, Davis-Wade Stadium, where they've got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. Mississippi State ready to kick off to get this game started. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Wolverines offense will get the first swing of the game. And this big fella can beat you in a number of different ways in the passing game, David.
Yeah, so much fun to have a guy that I can rely on, that can beat guys over the middle of the field, that can beat man-to-man coverage. This guy's the ultimate weapon.
And I love that this guy has an awesome catch radius. You don't have to be perfect as a quarterback when you throw to him. He can make you look good.
We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
The Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. They're setting up the screen. Just destroying his way through the field. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The give to the left side. Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving right down the field. You just run to...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines. Lining up for the PAT. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Bulldogs offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. One matchup to watch in this one is how well do the Packers tackle in space, David?
Yeah, and you've got to have great linebackers to get this guy on the ground, and they've got it. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, a lot of head-to-head battles, linebacker versus running back.
Yeah, tackling him in space, but also covering him out of the backfield. These two dudes are going to be shadowing each other all game long.
These corners going to give these receivers some space. Using the quick game. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. To the air, it's Humphreys. Firing to the right, complete. He's stopped quickly, but not before he has enough for the first down.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Looking to go up top on first down. He's right on target.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Leaves it with the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Mississippi State going up tempo. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And they knocked him down almost immediately. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. He gets his first one of the day out of there, and they used him 3 times in that loss last week. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, David. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
The play-action fake. Throws to the wideout. Incomplete. He threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got him downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. They'll operate out of split backs. On the option. The pitch. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Well, it doesn't get any more open than that. Good read by the quarterback. He was looking for his tight end. Wide open on the play. Man, you got to make the catch.
Shoots it to the left. Makes the catch past the sticks. And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. And the Wolverines are threatening on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. The big fellas coming out in the goal line defense. On second and goal, he gets another chance. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Wants to throw. It's Humphries. He's got the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Bulldogs in the hurry-up. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quick strike complete. Stopped after making the catch. Got some of the work done on first down. Let's see what they have on second down. They'll run play action. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Offense facing fourth down. Number 60 on to kick it away.
Bringing it back, it's Jean-Pierre. Bottled him up, not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Pulls it, fired complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. They're going to ride this running back. Running with some authority as he bangs his way to the 43. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Hand off from the shotgun. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
Just steamrolling his way through. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment.
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Michigan! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Michigan 21, Mississippi State 0.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Line gets set, first down. Leaves it with the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Mississippi State right back to the line.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every weekend. Let's continue to work here and find something we do good, build maybe a little bit of momentum, so next week we play a little bit better football.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. Running it back, it's Jean-Pierre. Dances away again. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Going to the ground. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They feed him again. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
And you've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boat.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Michigan 28, Mississippi State 0.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Diggs. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped.
At the 15.
The end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this.
Just causing wreckage in the secondary. He's up to 90 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. They'll give it to the back. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. And the Wolverines will line it up on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He makes a grab. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Diggs. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
You know, quarterbacks cannot stare down receivers, especially when thrown over the middle of the field. You've got to look these safeties off. That was going to be a small window to throw into anyway, but staring at that wide receiver made this.
Touchdown, Wolverines! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He'll bring it out. It's Diggs. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 7.
State Bulldogs will take
Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive, right?
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offense. Game he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
Scanning the field, it's Humphreys. Dumps it off in the flats. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Now, on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set yourself up in a tough position here on 3rd.
They'll run it. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Number 16 on to kick it away.
Slips through the line. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Starkville. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Davis-Wade Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. We're ready to get it started here in the second half.
This one away.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Nothing went right in that first half, in the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Looking for a block. It's Flanagan. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They'll run the screen. hard running there. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. The inside handoff. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll go to the ground. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 32-29. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. The Wolverines are flying down the field. They're getting this guy lathered up. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Give to the running back. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so 3rd down becomes an easier down. It's not 3rd and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
And the Wolverines will hustle to the line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Michigan.
They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. They'll try to pick up the first. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
And these are the plays you know exactly what you're going to get up front. The offensive line does a great job blocking. Just create a little bit of a hole, pound through that hole. That running back, they...
Touchdown, Michigan! And the pummeling has started. And with that extra point, the lead... the gargantuan category. They made sure that good field position paid off, going 45 yards. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
To the air, it's Humphreys. Makes his connection. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Going up top on first down. He makes a catch. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. He's got it on the move. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, and hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Use the play fake. Now to throw. It's complete to the right. At the 45 on his way. but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Comes out throwing on first down. Setting up the screen. Still running at the 40. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Oh, what a cut! He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Power football with the run. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the beatdown has ensued. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was capped with an explosive 22-yard run. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time, and they back it up here.
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on this last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
I think the quarterback on that down, showing you his maturity and his experience. Nothing open. So you're not going to try to force the ball into coverage, risk turning it over. You just throw it out of bounds, live to play another day.
He'll bring it back. It's Flanagan. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Wide receiver coming across in motion. The run from the shotgun. At the 40, there he goes. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
And he'll pick up the 1st down after a tough run there.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just...
Touchdown, Michigan! And the punishment has been extended. And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses in it.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got beat down, you move on to the next game, start working on the next opponent. This one's over.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll run this play from the pistol. Here's the handoff. And he delivers the blow, and he's still running. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he can't pull the trigger, and that will be the final play of the third quarter. We wrap it up with a sack. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on 2nd and long from the 23. Get it out on the screen. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game. But when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. To the ground with the back. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Oh! Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Man, this is a punch to the gut. When you know you're losing, and you know you got to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the football, and they still run the football down your throat. It's been that kind of day for this defense.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Little too soft in that run defense. He picks up 4 to the 32. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line is set on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Ball in the air, intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways and try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that off.
Looking for a man, it's Humphreys. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Hey, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play?
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On third down, he drops to throw. Got his man downfield. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Michigan, 70. Mississippi State, 14.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started it, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Dropping back, it's Humphries. It's complete. They make the stop, but the sweet pull and catch is ready to give them a first down.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They've got it at the 36. 10. Looking to move it through the air. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
A loss of 5 yards on the play.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Works the middle of the field. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open. Couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this...
Looking for the end zone. I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift. A late touchdown.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or have open runway ahead. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Wolverines. And the route is on. You can see it on the sideline. They built a comfortable fourth-quarter lead, and they know they're going to go 11-0. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. They'll throw it on first down. Finds his big tight end.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. Back to pass, it's Humphreys coming after it. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Makes a move. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense has done their job, man. They've been so productive, built the lead. Listen, their defense has pulled their weight as well. But now, Jesse, you get to exhale, you get to breathe, and you know we got the W, and we played well.
And we got to think about where we're taking our girlfriend and parents for dinner, right? What side are we ordering with our giant steak? We've earned it in this game. Now it's time to go celebrate.
This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.